Well, hello, welcome again to a reading through of Plato's Apology of Socrates. And I got up to chapter 24, which in the numbering system here is 35b9. So in the earlier section, we've seen that Socrates talks about the practice of bringing in children and family and so on, and begging and pleading to be let off. And he says, I'll have none of that sort of thing. Apart from anything else, I have a reputation to maintain, and then picks that up with doxes here. So it continues on, choristetes doxes o andres udi dikaion moi doke enai desthai tu dikastu udi di omenon apophugain ala didaskein kai pathein. So, and quite apart from reputation, gentlemen, it seems to me to be neither a just thing, so it seems not to be a just thing. Desthai, probably it's almost in the sense of to implore the judge, nor asking him to acquit, understand me. So it seems to me to be not a just thing to implore the judge, nor for me asking, or nor asking to be, or for him to acquit me. It's active, isn't it? This is a law court term here, apophugo, to acquit. But to teach and to persuade. Uga epitou to kathetai hot dikastes, epito katakarizesthai ta dikaya, ala epito krinein tauta. Nice use of epi here. So for the judge does not sit for this reason, or on account of this, for this reason, for, and then in apposition to that, for, this lovely verb here, katakarizesthai. You take it with ta dikaya here. So for the purpose of dealing justice as a favour. So he does not sit on this condition for this reason, for the purpose of, or for the reason of dealing justice as a favour, but for the purpose of judging these things. Kai omo moken u kariesthai hois an doke auto ala dikasein katatus nomus. This is a perfect from omnumi, and he has sworn not, and now these are future infinitives here, so he's sworn that he will not show favour to whomever might seem good to him, so to whomever he pleases, but that he will judge according to the laws. Ukun krai uti humas ethisdain, and then its next page is humas epi orkain. For not, now Greek does double negatives, for it is not necessary. Greek says neither, we'd say either. So if it is not right, it is not necessary, almost one, we ought not to ethisdain, to accustom, and then we have line this up, humas epi orkan, make it a bit clearer here, epi orkan, that is to forswear, so it's to break your oaths. So it is not necessary for us to accustom you to break your oaths, nor for you to become accustomed to breaking your oaths. Udeteroi ga an hemon us seboien. This is the uder plus heteros, which is one of two things. So for neither one of the two of us and then we get an optative with an, would be acting piously. So for in that case, neither of the two of us would be acting piously. Me un axiote me o andres athenaioi, toi auta den pros humas praten hameti hegumai, kala enai meti dikaya uta hosia, allos tementoi ne dia pantos, kai asebeas fugonta upamale to tui. Do not therefore, this is from Axio, do not deem it right for me, or do not deem it right, I should say, O men of Athens, that it is necessary for me to do such things in regard to you. So what he means here, I think, is referring back to this practice of imploring the judge for mercy and bringing in children and family and weeping and lamenting and so on. So he says, do not deem it right, men of Athens, that it was necessary for me to do such things to you, things which neither do I think to be kala, to be good or fair, nor just, nor hosia, holy. Allos tementoi ne dia pantos kai asabeas fugonta. This is a bit tricky here. I think it's allos te kai, and the kai has been somewhat delayed. Allos te kai is an idiom meaning especially. So and we get mentoi and pantos, and then ne dia. So especially, however, by Zeus, in every respect, it's sort of like since, and we've got to supply me. Since I am fugonta, I am, this is a technical law court speech here, being prosecuted at the hands of Miletus here, that deictic iota pointing at him. So I think the point is, he's saying here is that they've sworn an oath to the god that they will abide by the laws. If I were to come in and try and beg you to let me off just by weeping and screaming and so on, then I would be encouraging you to do something which is impious, and I am here being prosecuted for impiety, so therefore I shouldn't do it. That's, I think, the logic of what he's saying here. So just to do that bit again, it's a bit tricky there. So do not therefore deem it right, O men of Athens, that it is necessary for me to do such things, to engage in some things before you, things which I regard as neither good nor just nor holy, especially indeed by Zeus, when they're of me, Fugonta, being prosecuted for impiety by Miletus here. Sappho's men an, a paithoimi humas kai to desthai biadzoimain, omo kototas, dius an didaskoimi me heges thy humas enai. Kai ateknos apologumenos categoroian an emautu hos theus unomisto. Now we have an an here and an adverb and a comma, so all of this really belongs to the next part. Then we have an intervening if clause. So if we go down to where the comma is here, then this section here has to go really after the comma. So I'll do the if part first. So if I might persuade you, and I might force, I might compel, and we get a causal dative here, by asking, so by means of asking, if I might compel you by means of, well, imploring really, you who have sworn an oath, then I would clearly be teaching Now there was an an here, but because it's separated from the verb, he's repeated the an. So I would clearly be teaching you not to believe in the gods, that the gods exist. So it's that use of ani here we've had earlier. So if I did that, I would clearly be teaching you to believe that the gods do not exist. And making my defense, I would simply be accusing myself, making the accusation of myself that I do not believe in the gods. Alapolu de hutos eke, and that's echo plus adverb again, and this idiom of polu de, but it is very far from the case. For nomizda, for I do believe in the gods, O men of Athens, as none of my accusers do, and epitrepo humin, I turn to you and to the god, krenai, to make judgment, so to judge, concerning me, hope mele emoi te arista enai kai humin. To make judgment, I turn to the god to judge regarding me in whatever way the best things are about to be for me and for you. So I turn to you and the gods to judge concerning me whatever will be the best for me and for you. That is the end of the epilogos, and it's at this stage things are happening, just a dash here, but behind the, well, from other bits of information we have, at this point Sokrates was found guilty by 281 votes to 220. So it was hardly a massive majority, but it was a majority, 281 to 220. Miletus then gave a speech calling for the death penalty, and then Socrates replies with the speech that we're going to look at next. This is after the verdict. So he's been found guilty, but then comes the penalty, and Miletus gives a speech asking for the death penalty, and then in reply Socrates is going to continue on, which we'll do in the next videos.